Have you ever felt like life is slipping away too fast? Like no matter how much you do, there's never enough time. Let me tell you a simple story, one that could completely change the way you see your life.
There was once a wise professor. One day, he walked into his classroom with a large, empty glass jar. The students were curious. They had no idea what he was about to do.
The professor placed the jar on the table, smiled, and without saying a word, he picked up a bag of large stones. He slowly filled the jar with them, one by one, until it seemed full. He asked the class, "Is the jar full now?" The students nodded, "Yes, Professor, it's full." The professor placed the jar on the table, smiled, and without saying a word, he picked up a bag of large stones. He slowly filled the jar with them, one by one, until it seemed full. He asked the class, "Is the jar full now?" The students nodded, "Yes, Professor, it's full."
This time, he brought out a box of sand. He gently poured it into the jar, and the sand slipped into all the little spaces between the stones and the pebbles. He asked again, "Is the jar full now?" The students looked at each other and laughed. "Yes, Professor, now it's definitely full." But the professor wasn't done yet. He took out 2 cups of tea and slowly poured them into the jar. The tea seeped into the sand, filling every last gap. The students burst into laughter. What was the professor trying to teach?
The professor looked around the room and spoke softly. "This jar," he said, "is your life. The big stones are the most important things: your family, your health, your dreams, your true values. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job, your house, your studies. The sand, that is everything else. Small worries, little tasks, endless distractions." He paused. "If you put the sand in first, there'll be no room for the stones or the pebbles. If you spend your time only on the small stuff, your life will never have space for what truly matters." The room fell silent. Every student understood exactly what he meant. And then, one curious student raised his hand. "Professor, what about the tea?" The professor chuckled. "I'm glad you asked. The tea, it reminds us that no matter how busy life seems, there's always room to share a cup of tea with a friend." Let's pause here for a moment. Think about your own life. What are the big stones in your jar? Is it your family, your health, your dreams that you keep pushing aside? Or have you been filling your jar with too much sand? Like endless scrolling on your phone, chasing approval, worrying about things that don't even matter tomorrow. Imagine this. You're so busy chasing small things that you never have time to hug your parents, to take care of your health, to spend time on your true dream. And then one day, when the jar of your life is almost empty, you look back and realize you missed the most important parts. That's the danger. We think we have time, but in reality, every single day, the jar is getting fuller. So here's the lesson, my friend. Always put the big stones in first. Spend time with your loved ones. Take care of your health. Work on your dream, even if just a little every day. Protect your values. Then let the pebbles come in. Your work, your career, your daily responsibilities. And if there's space, let the sand come too. But never the other way around. Because life is not about how much you can fit in. It's about what you choose to make space for. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, What are the big stones in my jar? And am I giving them the place they deserve? Remember, at the end of the day, nobody will remember the sand you filled your life with, but they will always remember the big stones you cherished. And that is the secret to living a full and meaningful life.